We finally did it. We broke down and we spent the money.
Yep, so you can see here we have the Blackstone 2-burner griddle in front of us, and this little guy over here is on the way out.
I do all the cooking outside. You'd think Phil would be the barbecue guy.
Nope.
Nope, not so much. When Phil barbecues, it's all crispy and charred, so I like my food juicy, not hockey puck. So
I like mine well done.
So I decided it was time to make the investment after seeing all those awesome channels show what this thing can do.
Yeah, and I tell you what, we've had it for about a month, and it does a lot that this one can't do.
So let me show you why this one is going away. It's very easy to understand. As you can see, that just doesn't work so well. So this one is out.
Yeah, you can't cook eggs and bacon on this one together. You can cook bacon on it, and it leaves quite the mess, and it's really hard to clean up. Over here, you can do eggs, bacon, pancakes, French toast, sausages, all at the same time.
That's right. It has been awesome. So my one-pan cooking has totally changed. Now, we've already seasoned it and used this a couple times.
Yep.
But if you want to see someone season it and learn everything you need to know about seasoning, you need to head over to our friend Chef Juan. His channel is called
The Hungry Cuban.
And he will hook you up and show you how to season it. Now, if you want to see some epic footage of this Blackstone, you have to head over to our friend Eli's channel, which is called
RV East Coast, and let me tell you, he makes grilling a burger look really
man.
cool. Your mouth waters watching his footage.
You can actually smell it watching him.
Yeah.
I want to be him when I grow up because his editing and his shooting skills are epic. I'm telling you, if I ever run into him, he needs to be prepared to give me an 8-hour class because I'm going to need it.
Eli, we're coming after you, buddy.
That's right. I'm hunting you down. Now you know why this one is going. I want to show you a little bit what this can do, and so we're going to cook dinner on it tonight.
Yep.
The #1 tool every Blackstone owner needs.
Yeah, the heat gun.
That's right. You got to know how hot your griddle is before you start cooking on it. So, of course, this was Phil's, and I have stolen it.
We do have the 22-inch dual burner griddle. The dual burner helps regulate the heat, so if she wants to cook something like vegetables on one side on low heat, she can, and cook meat on the other, and so keep the temps up. Perfect.
Yeah. And you know, once you warm it up, it takes a long time to cool down. So if you need to, start low and then increase the heat a little slow.
Pro tip.
Yeah, learn that one the hard way. Today we are doing burgers with a fried egg and some green beans on the side. So I'm going to put a little avocado oil down and then throw on the burgers. One other pro tip, always make enough for leftovers. I never cook one meal at a time. I always make sure there are enough burgers for lunch tomorrow and maybe leftovers one other time.
6 burgers? Yeah, we'll have leftover lunch tomorrow.
The thing I like about this Blackstone the most is the ability to cook multiple things at once. So let's throw on a little avocado oil, and I'm going to toss on our green beans. Or let Phil do it.
I'm doing it.
So we're going to put eggs on our burgers, and we're going to do it with a ring of green peppers. Let these soften just a little bit, and then we'll drop the egg in the middle. They look really good. The burgers are almost done. Now I am having trouble with timing on this grill because of, I don't know, I'm just not used to it yet. So getting everything done at the same time, I'm still working on that.
Yeah, but let me tell you, the end product is really good.
All right, if you really want to know why I decided it was time to get me a Blackstone, check out what happened yesterday when I tried to make dinner. This time I'm going to show you how I actually navigate the kitchen. How I managed to cook in here without hardly any counter space at all. And just so you know, I never put my sink covers on because I know somebody's going to say, if you put your sink covers on, then you'll have more counter space. I like one open so I can always wash my hand while I'm cooking, and to be honest, our sink covers are underneath the sink and they're a real pain in the butt to pull in and out. So this is all I have. This is what I'm going to work with. So today I'm going to show you a recipe and how I go through the motions of cooking it and really juggling the lack of space that I have. This recipe is called creamy garlic Tuscan chicken. So it is a keto recipe since we're doing keto now. So the first thing I'm going to do is just brown my chicken. So really I'm not trying to do a cooking segment and show you how to cook. To be honest, you guys should know by now I don't love to cook. I love to eat. Phil loves to eat. But neither of us love to cook. So let's go ahead and get this chicken going. You'll see I'm already having trouble because I have my Instant Pot back too far. So I am hitting the top of the microwave, and this is one of the things that drive me crazy. So I'm going to have to pull it more forward, close to the edge, so I stop banging the top here. Now if you really want to know the truth, this is the real way I cook. Let me show you. So usually my computer is sitting here because I have a recipe on there. It kind of drives Phil crazy because it's so close to the water. And I might splash a little bit on my computer when I wash my hands. But this is the way I normally cook. So you can see I just killed a whole nother corner of the countertop with my computer. But since you guys are hanging out with me today, I won't block your view and I'll move it out of the way. I'm just going to lightly brown the chicken. And then I'm going to switch it out with the next batch. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and take this batch out and put in the next batch. So one of the things I always do when I'm cooking here in this kitchen is I always make sure I have all my ingredients out and everything is prepped ahead of time. So I did that before I turned on the camera just for time's sake. So I already had my chicken cut up, I have all my spices out, I have my liquids already measured. So that way there is less clutter on the counter and I'm not trying to chop on this little bitty counter space here or by the sink. Alright, let's flip this chicken. If you have any amazing keto recipes that you really think I should try, please put them in the links below because I'm still trying to figure out, how this whole thing works. And I'm still trying to find some variety in my diet and not eat the same thing over and over. So post all your favorite recipes you found online down below because it would really help us out. And if you're not keto, this is a recipe that you would also like. It's quite delicious. I've made it before. Alright, let's add the chicken back in. Alright, and then we're going to go ahead and add our other ingredients. So I'm adding a cup of milk, which is unsweetened almond milk for me, a cup of chicken broth, and a bit more Italian seasoning. And that's what I actually seasoned the chicken with before we put it in. We are going to put the lid on this bad boy. Make sure it's sealed, and we are going to manual for 14 minutes. Alright, so this is where it gets tricky. So I am pushing my Instant Pot back to the back because I also need to use the stove. So let me get rid of my dirty dishes. I've cleaned off my workspace, so now I'm going to move the lid to the back. I know one of our viewers said they usually take these off and go put them on the bed, but I just put them right behind here and prop them up. The coffee pot helps hold them a little bit, but there we go, and now I have the eye that I need. Going to pull out the pan. With my cauliflower rice. So I'm just going to saute this in a little avocado oil with a little salt and pepper, and that'll be it for that. And you can kind of see here how my space is getting smaller and smaller, but I still have room for my Instant Pot and one eye. And to be honest, since we've started cooking in the RV, I usually only use one eye anyway. So this is my only frying pan, and I usually make one pot meals, or for 2 items, I'll either use the Instant Pot or I'll barbecue. I'm going to put a lid on this for a minute, let it steam, let it finish thawing, and then we are going to stir fry this. So, as you can see, I am managing to navigate okay. I'm still waiting for the Instant Pot to come to temp and start cooking, but I am going to pause the recordings for a minute, turn the AC back on, cool it off, and then I will be back. While you guys were away, I finished the cauliflower rice. It's done just like we like it. We like it a little brown, and we like most of the moisture to be gone. More of a stir-fry kind of rice. I put away some of the ingredients I've already used, and we are down to 3 minutes on the Instant Pot. All right, the chicken's done. So now what I'm going to do is slide my Instant Pot forward. And what I'm going to do is make sure my fan is on, so when I open up the steam vent, it all goes outside. So you're not going to be able to hear me talking because it's going to get really loud. Alright, I'm going to turn that off, and then I'm going to take out all the chicken. The chicken's out, so now we are going to add the rest of the ingredients to make it creamy. So first up is, of course, cream cheese. Alright, I'm also adding some sun-dried tomatoes. I need 2 tablespoons of whipping cream. Then I have some Parmesan. And we have baby spinach. And now I'm going to put it on saute so we can wilt this and melt the cream cheese. Alright, we are almost ready for the thickener, and then once it thickens up, the chicken will go back in and dinner will be done. While that simmers for a second, I'm going to rearrange things here a little bit so we can make our plates. So just a little more negotiation of the pots and pans. Alright, let's get ready to eat. Alright, as you can see, serving is quite difficult when you're this close to the upper cabinets. Dinner's done, and now you see how I really navigate around the kitchen when I cook more than one dish at a time. Alright, a little scrape with the metal scraper, a little water with paper towels. Now that it's clean, we put more flaxseed oil on it, and that will season it and seal it right back up. Just make sure that when you add the oil back on, you get all the sides on the inside and the out. Remember, you want to protect your whole Blackstone. So as you can see, cooking on this Blackstone is much easier than me cooking in the house. And most nights it's cooler. Not so much tonight.
No. Or the past week, it's been really hot.
Yeah, it's been triple digits here in Texas. Although it's been triple digits a lot of places, really. All right, we're digging in.
Mm-hmm.
Dinner is done, and it was delicious.
It was really good. The burgers were spot on.
So Phil thinks he earned a little treat. Yes, I know I said we were keto earlier. I'm sticking to the keto. Phil's doing an experiment.
This is keto light.
No, it's not. So he's doing his own root beer float with beer float.
Thank you.
With a little extra inside.
Yeah.
So we're gonna taste this out. It's a little experiment.
Yeah, we're gonna call this a little nightcap.
So I had looked for Not My Daddy's root beer, like all over town. We are kind of out in BFE a little bit, and there was none available. So we're gonna make do with good old A&W and this little bourbon, Kentucky Straight.
So we have just plain vanilla ice cream in the chilled glass already. So I'm gonna pour this bad boy in.
And yes, I've lost more weight than he has. So in case you're wondering,
I've lost 8 pounds. Oh yeah, that's gonna be good amount there. So yeah, if we would have been able to find the Not Your Daddy's root beer,
it would be even better.
A little extra kick, that takes it up a notch. So now we're just gonna pour this in.
Not going in too much.
Yeah.
I might have over ice cream.
There we go. Yeah,
I haven't had a root beer since I was probably 9.
Yeah.
It's all sudsy. I would let it calm down a little bit.
Put a little bit more in there. That wasn't a lot of root beer.
I know. All right, guys. Thanks for popping over and watching. Don't forget to hit those links I put in down below and check out those other 2 channels. You will not be disappointed. Also, if you are looking for the temperature gun, what's it called?
Oh, it's an infrared thermometer.
If you're looking for one of those, ooh, golly, I can smell it. Woo!
Yeah.
That's potent. I will put the link down below for you for you as well.
All you did was sniff it and your tongue tied.
I know,
already.
I can't even talk now.
Yeah, this already tastes good, but it does need a little more root beer.
Needless to say, I'm going to sit here and watch Phil's glucose increase and his insulin be released while I sit here and...
You're trying to say this is diabetes in a glass?
It is totally diabetes in a glass. Let us know if you have a Blackstone, if you're considering a Blackstone, what you love or don't love about your Blackstone. So if anybody's researching the Blackstone, please put it in the comments below. Everyone's comments really helps anybody who's researching whatever we talked about in the video.
Yeah, and if you have a good Blackstone griddle recipe, that's kind of your go-to when you break it out, put that in the comments below as well. We're always up for trying something new.
That's right. And since I've been playing with it and experimenting on it, I love, love, love it. So our little grill, we're either going to sell it or put it in storage before we get out of here and hit the road again.
Yeah,
I don't
way,
even care.
Either way, it's not going with us.
The Blackstone we did purchase, I know we had it sitting on the countertop. That's just so it would be easier to record on. It actually came with a stand and it has a lid. I took the lid off so we could record without, you know, it being over my head, totally blocking me. So if you're thinking about it, I highly recommend the stand and the lid for it. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with us. Make sure you hit that subscribe button.
Give us a thumbs up and hit the notification bell.
And I will leave a link down below to our website where we have a blog with a ton more info. Also, our newsletter link. If you haven't joined our newsletter, please join that as well. We'll send out a newsletter whenever we have a new video or new blog. And I share a ton of other people's blogs and videos because there's a lot of information out there on travel and on RVing.
Yeah, and if you're new to the channel, that's todayissomeday.net where you'll be able to find all those blogs Stacey was talking about.
That's right. That's right. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out. And hopefully soon we're going to be free of Texas and in cooler weather.
Yeah, fingers crossed we're out of here in
a couple weeks.
Yeah, a couple weeks. Yeah.
All right, we'll see you out there on the road.